Recording has begun.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today is day 108 since my brother's been kidnapped from my car, and it's now 108 days since the 8th of August 2023, and we're now on the 24th of November 2023. I can only imagine what kind of condition my brother's been kept in and what kind of psychological torture that they've got him under. Today is the 24th of November, Friday, the 24th of November 2023, and it's just, every single day is the same. I seem to be living in Groundhog Day. Every day is the same. Waiting for a response from the people, leaving them a message at the local authority, and they're simply ignoring me, depriving me of my liberty, depriving my brother of his liberty and freedom and family life. It's just simply horrendous, and just kind of sad that there's nothing I can really do about what's going on. It just shows you how limited, and how powerless you really are faced with such, tyrannical tyranny. And so what I've been doing today, I've just been having a bit of a low day today. It's just been very, it just seems to be a ground. We're just waiting now. It's just a waiting game, and it's not like a very good waiting game. It's just basically they're waiting they've looked to destabilize me many times, and this is how they do. They come, attack, destabilize, move away, allow it to degrade, come back again, attack, destabilize, allow it to degrade, and then look, I sit back, and I bet they're surprised as well after 10-20 years that I'm still, fighting strong. But it's always the same game. They sit back and then they'll do a quick attack, unexpected attack, an ambush attack like they did on the 8th. The last time was done on the 8th. They're trying to do several times now in the county court proceedings, trying to do a quick attack, last minute attack, and it's just pathetic. Now I have no idea, no means to get my brother back, and I don't, I'm just gonna have to come to the sad realization and sad acceptance that I'm probably never gonna see him again. Just like I had to come to this sad realization that I'm never gonna see my mother again, and I didn't get to see her alive again. So they kicked us out of this house by buying off the justices. Just came down one day and just told us to leave. We've got a court order. I never attended the court. They just got a court order, buy it off a judge, got me kicked out of the house. Luckily, I managed to take my brother with me. As a consequence of that, subsequently they forcibly, did my mother in. 334 days later, we returned back, and then just the drama's been continuing from the day we returned. The very next day, Manningham Housing wrote to us saying we were unlawfully trespassing when they had failed to, do the legal thing to no serve as a notice to quit. And then it's just been one drama after the next, and they're just relentless. That's what it is. It's unrelenting. For 20 years, unrelenting persecution and victimization and oppression. Just not giving me a straight enough answer. Now every day I'm leaving leaving three messages voice messages every single day. One to Graham Kenner, which is the city solicitor. One to Christopher Browl, who's my brother's social worker. One to Jonathan Smith, who's a housing association solicitor. All equally refusing to engage with me or communicate with me via email. They're also leaving a daily email to my own GP, whom they bought off, who's refusing to engage with me. And so that's so that my own GP is refusing to engage with me, and I'm looking to review some of my old videos today, particularly the one by Vicina Brown on the 23rd of May 2022, where she was colluding and conspiring with the Greenback medical practice in Oldham, where they were basically sabotaging that relationship. It's just ridiculous because the local authority can simply go to anybody and everybody and bring them on board and to promote their nefarious narrative, and there's nothing I can do about it. Only just the police are on their side, the judges are on their side, the courts are on their side, the solicitors and barristers. It doesn't matter which solicitor you get, which barrister you get. It doesn't matter. They've bought everybody off. Everybody's been purchased. Even my own, to a point where even my relatives have been been purchased just all so they can keep up this facade. And this just shows me it's just a tip of the iceberg, isn't it? What's happening to me is just a tip of the iceberg. They have this outward narrative and agenda and collective think that, oh no, everything's working fine, everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, there is no criminality here, nothing to see here, everything's fine. Yet this must be the tip of the iceberg, because I myself, as you can see, are intelligent, articulated, determined, and resourceful. Many people aren't. This kind of situation that they create, oh, excuse me, this kind of situation that they create for many people will just doom in. Most people are normal people. I don't claim to be normal. So most people have a normal human life. Most people have a life, go out, enjoy themselves. I don't even have a life. All I was doing was caring for my brother because he was being abandoned by the state, and it was an act of empathy. Now look, they've taken my brother. They have nothing I can do about it. They're all sitting now, sitting back like vultures, watching for my demise and deterioration. So then they can come in and take over once again through acts of sheer outright aggression. But it's been a year later. I mean, it's coming to. It was oh, excuse me, just a bit tired. Yeah, it's coming to be a year since the 30th of November last year, where there was a contrived hearing that was hijacked by the local authority. How could the hearing on the 30th of November before District Judge Wilcox, whom they bought off to be made into a judge, how could that final hearing then be turned into a directional hearing? It's just because the judge's discretion are being bought off by the local authority in order to continue this facade of egalitarianism, when the reality is that they're just so incompetent. I've just said this so many times before, haven't I? It's getting kind of be boring. It's very lonely as well. It's very... Oh, you're gonna have to excuse me. I'm just yawning for some reason. Didn't get enough sleep. I didn't sleep all night last night. That's why. I didn't get any sleep at all. I was just doing some work and preparing some things, and yes, just there's no way out of this. There's simply whatever I choose to do, other than keeping me held here in prison, incarcerated, until they decide when it's in their best interest to come and attack us like a spider, like a snake, or coming to bite me. So I'm just going to be vigilant, very vigilant, and continue down this path, because this cannot remain indefinitely. Look, this is the same situation that we were in my mother's case. It could not remain indefinitely. Mother died. Now nobody's giving me an answer how she died. All right, nobody, everybody's being dodgy as hell and not giving me a straight enough answer. Everybody's been silent and not looking to engage with me. And now one of the things that like this, there's a vulnerable person, my brother. He's obviously suffering right now. It's been like 108 days. How do you think he's going to be doing? Just taking somebody basically imprisoning him into an environment that he's not fit to take. He's got a home here. I've created a home for him. The council didn't like the fact that I told him I'm charging £1 million a week in a £350 million care home. And so what did they do? They said, oh, well, we're not going to pay for it. We'll just sabotage it. And that's all they're really good at doing, isn't it? Destruction and sabotage. That's all they can do. That's all they ever can do. They just can destroy. They're a destructive force. And I'm a constructive force, a creative and a constructive force, and hence why I'm trying to engage with them, trying to find a resolution. But they're not interested in resolution. They've got a system in place that works for them, and that keeps them in a position of job security, and while the people suffer. I think the best way I can describe the situation is from a Slumdog Millionaire movie, and there was a guy called, the villain in the movie was called Mehman. Mehman was what he was doing. He was taking orphan children or children on the streets, telling them, befriending them into this hostel, and then eventually seeing if they could sing, and if they had a good singing voice, what he would do he would blind them, so they would be better in the process of begging. They'll earn more money. That's just the kind of mentality that the local authority, Bradford Council, has. It uses the people, rather than orphans, is uses the indigenous population, particularly the black Asian minority population, and it sees how much money it can make out of them by deliberately making them disabled, mentally and psychologically torturing them, so they can make more money out of the government. So it's just the same kind of mentality. It's called a slumdog mentality that the local authority have in order to make profit and gain at the same time causing human suffering. There is no happy ending in this for anybody. It's just misery, and they've created this misery for their own benefit and for their own purpose in order to make money. And money is, excuse me, money is one of those things that's losing value all the time. So it's just a fool's errand that they're running, and by violating me and my brother's rights. And nothing good could ever come of this, what they're trying to do now. All that's going to happen is more and more people are going to be caught up into this web of lies and deceptions. They're going to get more and more powerful people involved. Ultimately, it's going to end in my brother's, a premature end of my brother's life. Now, my brother is born in 1960, so he's only 63 years old. We didn't even get to spend the birthday together because they would refuse to release him. They've taken his passport and everything. It's very, very unlikely that I'm going to ever get to see my brother again. And all this is because I looked to expose them for their lies and deceptions, and they've taken that personally, and they thought, well, we'll attack your loved ones, we'll attack your family. This is how truly villainous these people are. Anyway, I think we should leave it there. It's Friday the 24th of November 2023, and I'm not suicidal. I'll never kill myself, and I'm just waiting for the next attack by them, because they are going to come and attack me. They simply have to, because they've got no choice but to attack me, because obviously they're trying to break me, and we'll just see what happens. Allah Hafiz.